Happy Epiphany, and welcome to this week's edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Hallie Kilberg
and Elise Kilberg.
On this week's show, we'll be telling you all about a special award that Mr. Hollinsby recently received.
We'll divulge the name of this year's spring musical.
Our guest reporters, the kindergartners, will be sharing the story of O. Henry's classic tale, The Gift of the Magi.
Justina will be with us to tell us about Marquette's dance clinic.
Garrett will be here with all the sports results.
Maura will bring us an interview with senior Megan Litterer.
And Elise and I will be bringing you all of next week's Marquette happenings.
Speaking of happenings, you're all probably wondering what happened to Miranda.
Well, because Miranda is judging cattle in Denver, Colorado today, as is Jeb, 7th grader Elise Kilberg, my sister, has stepped in for the week. Thanks, Elise, for being with us today.
You're welcome. And Miranda, or Mur, as we like to call her, we wish you, Jeb, and the rest of the judging team the best of luck.
Speaking of Mur, today, January 6th, we celebrate Epiphany. The word's Greek root, epiphanion, means to reveal or display. Today, we remember the Magi coming to reveal and give their gifts to the baby Jesus.
Following that bright star, the Magi brought their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Now, for everyone who loves the celebration of Jesus' birthday, Epiphany sadly marks the last day of the Christmas season.
Marquette's high school history teacher, Mr. Jim Hollinsby, must be a pretty sad guy then. Some of you may have seen him sporting a sweater on Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. The colorful sweater included a picture of Jesus.
That's obviously not the ugly part.
Along with the wording, "We're gonna party like it's my birthday."
Well, unfortunately, National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day happened to be the day that the local newspaper came to take Mr. Hollinsby's picture for the front page feature. Now, why would the local newspaper want a picture of our history teacher, you ask?
Well, Mr. Hollinsby recently won a very special award. Maquoketa's VFW Post recently named him as Jackson County's Teacher of the Year. After advancing to the district level, Mr. Hollinsby is now in the running for the statewide honor.
The VFW selects their Teacher of the Year finalists based on their ability to foster patriotism and civic responsibility in their students.
Marquette's high school math teacher, Mrs. Melissa Storm, won the statewide honor last year and this year nominated Mr. Hollinsby.
In her nomination letter, Mrs. Storm spoke highly of Mr. Hollinsby and shared how he, in addition to developing students' patriotism, also uses creative projects, documentaries, mock trials, as well as many other teaching tools to teach and intrigue his students.
Mr. Hollinsby also was my junior high basketball coach this year. He was always positive, looking on the bright side of things, and always believing that the sun will come out tomorrow.
You can bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Meanwhile, I'll be betting that Mr. Doss will direct another spectacular spring musical.
That's right, listeners. This year's spring production will be the musical Annie, and on Thursday evening from 6 to 9 p.m., auditions were held, with approximately 50 6th through 12th grade students trying out for the various roles.
We'll have the main part listings for you as soon as we know them, but here's what we do know. Opening night for Marquette's production of Annie will be on Thursday, March 22nd.
And now let's march into this commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion on this special day celebrating Epiphany. To commemorate the day, this week the kindergartners heard and reenacted O. Henry's classic tale, The Gift of the Magi. Here now to share that story with us are the kindergartners.
Hi everyone, I'm Bindi, and we're going to be telling the story called The Gift of the Magi. Should I say my name? Hi, I'm Hudson, and the characters in the story was Jim and Della.
Hi, I'm Connor, and Jim and Della were poor, and Jim had a pocket watch, and Della had her long hair. And Della gave away some of her hair to buy a chain for Jim. And Jim brought a clip for Della's long hair.
My name is Jake. One dial and 87 cents. 87 cents. And Della, she had an idea, and her idea was getting her hair cut
and she cut it, and the girl who cut the hair gave her $20.
Hi, I'm Elena. Jim had a pocket watch, and he sold the pocket watch. And Della gave him a chain for his pocket watch.
Hi, I'm Easton, and we're talking about the gift of the Magi. The year was Christmas. They both gave each other a gift, but they couldn't use it.
And Jim wanted a chain for his pocket watch, and Della wanted a clothespin to hold her hair back. But then they both were broke.
Hi, I'm Kinsley. Jim gave Della a clip for her hair, but she cut her hair to get something for Jim, and she gave him a chain, but he had to give away his watch for the clip.
Thanks, boys and girls. Up next is Justina Denlinger to tell us about the dance clinic, which is being held as we speak.
Thanks, Elise. You're absolutely correct. Right now, 31 girls from grades kindergarten through 5th are busy learning a dance routine alongside Marquette's 11 dance team members and coach Jessica Meedinger. This annual event, called the Kids Dance Clinic, is a fun-filled day for all involved. Elementary students are dropped off at the MEC bright and early at 7:45. The girls spend hours learning a special dance routine. This year's routine is to the songs How Far I'll Go from the film Moana and Go the Distance from Hercules. In addition to learning this routine, participants also spend time learning dance skills, playing games, and, of course, taking a much-needed break for lunch. Each student dancer also receives a commemorative T-shirt designed this year by senior dancer Allison Hager. Sadly, the clinic comes to a close this afternoon when students are picked up. But not to worry, the girls will be reunited during halftime of the boys' varsity basketball game on Tuesday, January 9th, where they will perform the dance routine they learned today. We invite you to come support our high school and elementary school students for this very special performance. But for now, I'd like to invite Garrett over for his own very special performance of sorts. His recap of this week's sporting events. Take it away, Garrett.
Thanks, Justina. To start off, we'll go over the results from the quad against the Springville Orioles on December 22nd. The JV girls tipped off at 4:30 and started out the night with a strong win. Next, the JV boys took the court, putting up a good fight, but were not able to come out with a win. The varsity girls were up next, facing off against the number 1 ranked girls basketball team in 1A. After an intense and very close game, they were not able to pull off a win, with the final score being 34-38. Finally, to finish off the night was the varsity boys game against a strong opponent. In the end, the boys were able to pull off a win with a final score of 56-40, with senior Nate Brinker leading the team with a total of 26 points and 9 rebounds. On Tuesday, January 2nd, the Midland Eagles traveled to Marquette for a quad. The night started off at 4:30, with the JV girls having a strong victory by a large margin. The boys were up next, who after a good performance were not able to pull off a win and only losing by 10 points. The varsity girls then took the court against the Eagles, coming out ready to play, making a 14-point lead in the end with a final score of 54-40. The varsity boys finished off the night with a close and exciting game, with the score at halftime only having a deficit of 1 point. In the end, the boys were able to beat the Eagles with a final score of 55-40. On Friday, the Mohawks traveled out to Colesburg to face off against the Vikings. We'll have these results in next week's edition. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Garrett Krieg with your Marquette Sports Report.
Thanks, Garrett. And now, don't go away. There will be more Marquette in Motion after the break.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Here now is Maura Tracy interviewing senior Megan Litterer.
Hi, I am Maura Tracy, and today we have here with our senior interview, Megan Litter. Hi, Megan. Would you mind telling me how you spent your Christmas break?
I just spent my Christmas break relaxing with family and working on scholarships.
Fun. Megan, what's one word you would use to describe yourself?
I guess I'd describe myself as determined.
Can you tell us a little bit about the activities you're involved in here at Marquette?
I manage for girls varsity basketball, and I participate in Quiz Bowl, and recently in the video game board game club, which is exciting.
That does sound exciting. Now, looking forward to next year, do you know what college you would like to attend or what you would like to major in?
I don't know exactly what college I want to attend. I know I'm between Iowa State and UWP, but I do know I want to go into software engineering.
What inspired you to make this decision?
I just always liked working with computers, and I think I'm up to the challenge that the major will bring me.
Who is someone you can look up to for guidance?
Obviously, like family and friends, and I know that Ms. Schmidt will help me get through the whole college process, which will be.
What is your favorite book or movie?
My favorite book is The Book Thief.
Thanks, Megan. We'll certainly miss you. Can you leave us with what you will miss most about Marquette this year? Or next year?
I'll just miss the people and the community at Marquette.
Thanks, Megan, for letting us interview. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Maura Tracy.
Thanks, Maura. And now, to round out the show, Hallie and I will be looking ahead.
This Monday, our junior high boys will have their first game of the season, playing the Cal Wheat Warriors in the MEC, tipping off at 4 o'clock p.m.
Tuesday will be Parents' Night, with the quad against Central City beginning at 4:30 in the new gym.
The JV and varsity boys and girls will then board the bus on Friday afternoon to take on Maquoketa Valley, with the JV girls tipping off at 4:45.
And now it's time for us to sign off. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Elise Kilberg
and Hallie Kilberg. And remember, stay informed, stay involved, stay
in motion.